And this next one, we got Jake Hadley moving up to 135 pounds, which I think is a good move. I feel like he was one of the bigger flyweights. He had missed weight previously, and I think that 135 is going to potentially suit him a little bit better. Taking on a 1-1 UFC fighter, but someone that still has some hype behind him due to being a former Cage Wars world champion, having a stellar 9-1 record, and coming off his first UFC victory. So Caolan Loughrane is coming in here as the favorite, and he's coming in here with the momentum where Jake Hadley has back-to-back losses. But Hadley fought Cody Durden and Charles Johnson, who are two guys that are really high level. Two guys that would, I don't know about Durden, but I feel like they could definitely give Loughrane a really good fight. And I think this is a close matchup. When you look at how these guys match up, Caolan Loughrane, he's going to be the better mover, and he's going to have to use that to his advantage. He's going to have to not be as willing to stay in the pocket and brawl, which he usually likes to do. I feel like Loughrane, he needs to be mobile. He needs to be bouncing around, trying to use angles to close the distance and land his strikes and then get out and then time the clinches, push Hadley against the fence, maybe get a late takedown at the end of the round or something like that, and use that as your path to victory. Because I feel like if Loughrane is standing upright, coming forward, staying in the pocket, I just think Hadley is going to have the firepower advantage. Even though he's coming up a weight class, I think he has the power advantage in his hands with the southpaw boxing style. I think that the body punches from Hadley are going to be readily available. And I think if he can land a lot of those body shots, he can open up the head shots on Loughrane and really start to get an advantage in the fight. I do feel like Loughrane potentially could have some control time pushing Hadley against the fence. But ultimately, I don't really know if he's going to want to take down Hadley and grapple with Hadley, who's really dangerous even off of his back. I feel like if these guys grapple, Hadley could have the advantage there. I honestly think Hadley's grappling is his most dangerous asset. We've seen him get some submissions. We've seen him almost submit some high-level guys, and I think that Loughrane would be maybe a little bit smarter to play that standing up, pushing you against a cage game rather than actually going for the takedowns. But early on, I could see Loughrane maybe being a little bit hesitant of the power, but having a speed advantage and being a little bit better. But I think ultimately the line is a little bit off, and I feel like Hadley could work his way into the fight with his solid pressure and boxing. And if he could win the grappling exchanges, I think he could win the fight. So I think Loughrane is being overvalued a little bit here. Hadley's, I think, kind of at a buy low spot where he has these two losses to good, solid guys. And this is a different matchup. I think in this matchup, he's going to have the advantage in the boxing. And I think that his pressure could ultimately kind of take over the fight as Loughrane starts to settle into having to sit in the pocket and mix it up with them more. I think that's where Hadley could get his advantage. So I'm going to go with the upset here, and I'm going to predict Jake Hadley gets this victory.